الإنس والجن اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد حيدا 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 جولا 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 ملكا ملكا السلام عليكم أيها الله المهنئون ودون المهنئون الصلاة والسلام العجل أجل بارك الله فيكم وعليكم. They say there are angels and jinns and awliyas on patrol in this world. The Shaykh was going out one night, he said, I'm going on patrol. And there's hadith that angels are on patrol looking for the Jannah, the circles of paradise. And they say, what are those circles of paradise? Ya Rasulullah, it's the circles of dhikr. So we came to see it and Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel, put our trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Quran says when you find heavy conditions, when the Sahaba, for instance, found enemies and heavy conditions ranged against them, all these said was Hasbunallahu. He's increased their faith. We're asking to follow them. Follow their way, the way of Prophet, old prophets. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بركات الله الصحبة وخير في الجميع. I'm not too loud so you can hear me okay. Our way is association to come together for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Prophet, peace be upon him, and under the eyes of our Shaykh, and blessing comes on the group, but we can't get by ourselves, sitting by ourselves. ودار شهرت أفد است. Shah Naqshband, Allah bless him, Allah keep his holy secret. He warned his followers, which is all of us down to today, all the generations, that Dar Shohrat Afat Ast, in fame, is a curse, a disease, a Delta variant, a Lambda variant, something, a bioweapon or a natural, as came on the people of Misr, the common Misr, the people of Egypt, in the time of Musa, the plague of locusts and blood and frogs and ice and floods, blood, plagues, curses. Fame carries something with that energy. It comes to eat a person's good deeds. At the end of their life, when they're brought before their Lord, they said, what good deeds did you do during your life? Oh my Lord, I gave so many stirring speeches to inspire billions, trillions of people. I say trillions, more than that. And he said, no. We're speaking only the people who should say, oh, nice. Something. In other words, things we did thinking we're doing something good, really it was the truth comes out that time. We can't hide it. And we did good deeds for our ego. We said we were good speakers or good reciters or generous people or brave warriors. Like that, to impress others, not to be for Allah. If we're sincere, it should be enough for us to sit in a cave. One Shaykh Nazim, Allah bless him, he said one time, he said, I hate to be famous. He was escaping, he was going upstairs in London. His room was upstairs. On the way up, he said, I hate to be famous. He said, if I wasn't ordered to gather people, you couldn't find me. You couldn't find Shaykh Nazim. He said, the jungle is okay for Shaykh Nazim, the desert is okay, the ocean is okay, the mountain is okay, the caves is okay. They liked to be alone with their Lord. We're asking to follow them, but they were so the people of Azimat. The people of Himma, determination. They said about Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when he set his mind to something, no one could stop him. If we encountered even a small thing, you didn't ask for your surrender yet. Never mind. What about yourself? May Allah grant us a bit from their determination is necessary to press on. We're coming to the final days of a seclusion season, finishing with Yom Arafat, Arafat, Monday night, and Monday during the day, and then Eid al-Adha on Tuesday, inshallah. Okay. We hope Allah will grant us to accept whatever we did during this month. So weak, we have to be ashamed to present it. They say ihda in our meetings. We make ihda so many times. Ila sharafin, we're presenting what we did. Ashamed. We're ashamed to present anything that we did. But Allah knows. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. We have to continue. May Allah grant us the powerful tajalli, the last few days of this seclusion season, the month of Dhul Hijrah, and the days of Hajj, and the day of Arafat, the day of Eid. May He make blessings pour on our hearts, and good inspirations to come to our hearts and minds, to come up, to come up. Oh, Shaykh Nazim, standing one day in the kitchen, and depressed. He came up suddenly and slapped me on the back. What you're crying about? You're going to win. That was his attitude. You think Shaitan is going to win? Shaitan never wins. Never is going to win. Never it's going to win. He didn't like to use he for Shaitan. The personal pronoun, masculine pronoun, Tui, not for Shaitan. It. not going to win. And Grand Sheikh, may Allah bless him, his position no one can know. If he comes, it's as a charity, sadaqah, for rich ones, beggars, poor one. He said once he was sitting, one of Sheikh Nazir said, and one of Sheikh Hashem said it also, that Grand Sheikh was sitting in Damascus. When he was living in Damascus, he was sitting in the circle of ulama. I saw one time, went to meet the Grand Mufti, and he'd taken his hat and put it upside down like that. Sheikh Nazim took a candy, put it in the hat of the Grand Mufti. He said to those ulama is not like awliya. It's a different creature. It's a different situation. They read the same books, they practice the same, but it's different. As Wahhabis, they read the same books we read, but it's a different religion. He said to those ulama, O ulama, Shaitan, Iblis, curse upon it. Alayhi, but the he means it in this case. He said one time, Salafi ulama, if I say when I'm going to the restroom, I intend to on the head of Shaitan, any problem with that? Anything wrong? Act of practical magic. So many people practicing magic now. It's an act of magic. I'm intending to something on the head of Shaitan, or Junudihi, or Atba'ihi. On its armies, on its followers, on its volunteers, on its nawab, on its heads. He said to those ulama, O ulama, did you know that among all the favors from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to people, to human beings, to the Ummati Muhammad, Quran says if you try to count them, you can't count them. If you try to count up the favors of Allah, you can't. Endless favors. Every cell, how many cells you have in your body, each one functioning. Delta or lambda or whatever is still functioning. So many you can't count it. Coming, going, doing everything. Our breath coming, going. How many people now in hospital, they're putting something to breathe, to pump. And we're so many favors. No soldiers at the door, no police, no terrorists, no coming mukabarat. We went to one place, they said every 5, 4 is secret police. There was a joke back in Cold War, 1950s. The government sent people to go and spy on the communists. They had a communist meeting. They sent some guys in to spy on them. Like now who was there. And they came back The chief said, all these people are ours. No one was there but spies. Everything was co-opted. So Grand Sheikh said, biggest favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to human beings, especially to believers, Muslims and mu'mins, beginners and advanced ones, is shaitan. The ulama were shocked. These are very serious people. If this, if the white one over that, another one over there. See? How? Shaitan. No, it's the biggest favor. If somebody was going to sworn, wait, you don't know, granted, he's going to explain. We hope. Sometimes he wouldn't explain. He'd say it like that and say, do what you want with it. He said, Shaitan is the biggest favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to human beings because, especially for believers, its job, Shaitan's job, to attack the weak points of believers. All of us have weak spots, weak points in our spiritual condition. This one is lazy, this one is greedy, this one is jealous, this one is angry, this one is, everyone has something. Weak-willed, afraid, something. No determination. So many faults. So many. Shaitan's job to search out the faults of the believer and attack on that point. That's why so many tests come to us every day to test our patience. Coming to, it's Allah's creature also. That was Shaitan's excuse in the divine presence. You made me like this, what do I can do? It's true. It's not an excuse for Shaitan, but it's true. You made me wrong. You created me like this. Not my fault. No, it's his fault. It's its fault, but never mind. For us, coming to attack on our weak points. When Shaitan attacks on you, take refuge with Allah. Close that weak point. Close that weak point. Close that weak point. Something come to try your patience, your anger. This is stop for a minute. See, the Sheikh said this to attack on my pride, on my laziness, on my impatience, on my this, on my that, on my so many. Come here. Remember your Sheikh, remember Prophet, so remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and saying to me, I have to turn back to Allah, hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. When a huge force is facing you, don't tremble, say hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. It's coming to attack on our weak points. We're fearing. Yes. When you close your weak points, you improve, he said. Every time you can close a weak point, every time you can be patient at the moment of anger, not to say, someone says to you something, not to say, oh yeah, no, stop it. Bernie, you want to say something, but you stop it. You stop it. You gain, you improve. That's how spiritual power is accumulated. to carry disliked things, something you don't like. I don't like it to be like that. I want things, I want my life to be arranged like this. No, this for you. Carry it. You carry it, you improve, you build your power. Hopefully one day to reach to the level of vision, the level of beyond and beyond and beyond. First, we have to have the power to get up. Alhamdulillah, you want to be in the suhba?
Yeah, you guys, you're in the middle of the suhba dhikr?
No, now you're in the middle of it.
Okay, call me back afterwards.
Everyone giving salam to you.
So, Kusan, I was actually calling to see what the plans are for next week.
Okay,
But,
when we finish, are you going to be up late?
Call
Okay.
me after dhikr. Assalamu
How dare you call me? Let's see. When you can close that weak spot, whatever it is, you gain. You gain. When we were walking in the street, Malana Shaykh used to say, when you see something, she say to yourself, not for you, say to your ego, not for you, for others. You see a nice car go past, wish I had that car. No, say to your ego, not for you, for others. And on and on. We said when Grand Sheikh was training him in Damascus, if he sent him on an errand to buy something, he was only allowed to look at the thing he was going to buy. He had to wash his feet all the way to the shop, and then only the required item, and then come back. Not to look the training. To have the power. They're on another level. Don't think we're awliya or like awliya. We're far away. Just with their willpower, they were beyond us that no one can imagine. We were driving in California, caravan, going 5, 6, 7 vans, I don't know, going from Los Angeles to San Francisco. 7, 8, 10 hours. We stopped as women and children. We stopped at a rest area. In those days, you could pray, or run down and pray. There was no 9/11 then. When Mulana came to get out of the van, he was sitting in the middle seat. We came to help him out from the van, and he stepped down, and he had been in an accident the year before, going from London back to Turkey. And he said his car hit a military truck head on, and he took the whole force on his knee, and nobody was hurt. But he had a problem with his knee after that. When he was standing, especially sitting in the car for a long time, he was holding himself up with his stick like a gymnast. Whereas Vivian, she goes to the gymnastic, training him on the bars, holding himself like that. I went to hold his arm, he was like that. And people came up to ask him questions to do. He was smiling and asking, he's ready to fall down. He never showed it. You couldn't tell unless you touched his arm and you saw how he was exerting himself. He said, if Grand Sheikh is sick, he can't show it. If he's angry, he can't show it. If he's tired, he can't show it. Just what he was doing with willpower, jumping off point. I'm talking about spiritual power to go up. Just what he was doing with his willpower. It was like that for everything, carrying everyone. Alhamdulillah. So we have a long way to go. When Shaitan comes with something, know that it's a favor from Allah that it spotted our weak point and was sent to attack it. We have to close that. It's a reminder to us to close that weak point. Take refuge with Allah. Quran says, when an attack from Shaitan comes, take refuge with Shaitan, with Allah. Allahumma salli wa sallam. Pocket mask. Pocket mask. In pocket. That's the time they're going to eat first. Alhamdulillah. May Allah forgive us. Amen. Grant us more power. This is an important reminder. It's a small thing, just one point. If you can remember that, I can remember that. Every time you stop the attack of Shaitan, whatever your weak point might be, you gain. You gain the power that you're going to need to get up. Tariqah is to go higher. But without power, how can you do? If they bring it's not NASA anymore, it's private companies. Tesla, SpaceX. When they bring the rocket, they put it there. If no fuel in the rocket, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, put the fuel. There's no fuel in our rocket, what we're going to do? It's the fuel for our rocket. And the speaker is reminding himself, especially. وَمِنَ اللَّهُ تَوْفِيقٍ بِحُرْمَةِ الْحَبِيبِ بِحُرْمَةِ الْفَاتِحَةِ. Thanks to you. Thanks to you for coming. Thanks to our Shaykh for sending something to speak, otherwise nothing to speak. Nothing. You idiot. Nothing. Can't take anything. You write something. I can't. Somebody told me to write a book. I wrote one paragraph. I said, I don't know. This iPad is difficult to write on. Something else like, well, what's the best machine to write a book? All kinds of. There was a video. Happened to be the first one. It caught my eye. I clicked on it. It said, if you want to write, forget the software. Just write. They're all the same. No matter what machine you use, what software you use, you still have to write it. Just write it with whatever you got. Don't bother yourself. That's the problem, not the machine. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Fatiha. Ihda. You presented us, you made the ihda for us. You granted us something. We're presenting back. You gave us something to eat, we're sending back bones. We ate the chicken and sent back the bones. Our gift to you. Thank you. Like a child gives to his mother the plate. Yeah, man. Plate full of what's left over. Ashhadu an la ilaha